Hey, Ed.
How's
It's
it
our
going?
Jiu-Jitsu Minute.
Looking forward to it.
Hey guys, this is a new segment we're doing here at Top Level Martial Arts. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about Jiu-Jitsu and give you guys an inside look at the types of moves you'll be learning and the types of things that we teach here. So today we're going to talk about a position called the guard. If you've never done the guard before, it's this position where I'm laying on my back and my opponent is inside my legs. My legs are wrapped around him. This is really common when someone tries to take you down. It's better to wrap your legs around them so you can control your opponent's hips than it is to actually fall and have your opponent sitting on top of you. That would be bad. So I'm going to show you what the position looks like, and then from a self-defense perspective, a couple options as far as getting out. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit for anybody out here who's watching that already knows Jiu-Jitsu and is training, especially for some of our newer members and new friends out there, even if you're not a member here, kind of like what should be your first goal. All right, so check it out. I'm gonna turn it a little bit of an angle, scoot over this way, so that you can kind of see what's going on. My legs are around Ed and they're locked. I'm gonna have you lean forward just slightly. I want to lock at the shoelaces, and I'm actually gonna bite down ever so slightly with my heels. So from this position, I can start to defend myself. If you imagine he just took me down, my first course of action, because he could sit up here and punch, right? My first course of action is to break him down completely so that he's not hitting me in the face. That'd be the worst thing that could be happening. His other arm isn't really controlled, so he could be hitting me in the ribs right now. I don't want that really to happen, but we've got answers for that later. But for today, what we're going to work on is this position called the scissor. And so what I'm going to do is, this guy's not going to want to lay here, so he's going to start to sit up to hit me. And when he does, I'm going to help him a little bit, turn, and bring my knee across his belly and stretch my body away. Now, Ed, if you can imagine this hand is my face, can you do me a favor and punch it? Very difficult to hit, right? And you saw what he had to do. He had to sit up high to do it. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Now, if you can imagine he's trying to hit me in the head. As he reaches, I'm going to intercept this arm and grab the back of his head. All right? Now, I'm going to drop this foot to the ground, kick through his base, through his legs, and then I'm also going to kick through his body like this. And this rolls him over in a move that we call the scissor sweep. It's a very excellent move. And the good news is it takes you from the bottom to the top, and that means that you can get up and get out as quickly as you need to. All right, that's the biggest thing. I don't want to sit here and roll around with some guy if his buddy's going to be coming and stomping on my head. I don't know what else is going on. This guy just tackles me. I don't know who's here to help him and not. All right. So one more time with that. Then, of course, you can always rewind the video and check it out again. We're here. We broke him down. This is our punch block series, stage 1. As he sits up to try to hit me, look, I'm going to move him away. Lots of things I could do. I open my feet, bring my knees in. Now, there's more advanced ways I can make this happen, but that's the basic way to do it. Stretch my body. That's really key, because right now he can hit me right in the nose, because I'm curled up like the letter C. So I stretch my body and I'm pressing with my knee into his belly. All right, very hard for him to move that off of him. If he's just pushing with his hands, it's difficult. Okay, but and if he were to back up, I could just get up too. But it's also hard for him to hit me in the face. Okay, so when he goes to hit me in the face, maybe the first couple you're just blocking, right? Just figuring out what's going on. Boom, get a hold of an arm, get his head, finish your scissor sweep, and you're on top. This is an excellent way to defend someone on top of you, trying to hit you, trying to beat you up. So the next part of this I want to talk about is more for our people who are a little more experienced, have trained a little bit. The most common question I get from our white belt friends is, what do I do? Like, what's the first thing I should do? That when you start to roll, because the way we train Jiu-Jitsu, the way we practice it, is that we'll high five and fist bump and say go, and it's my job to try to submit Ed, to put him into some position where he taps, and it's his job to try to do the same to me. But a lot of people, when they're newer, even though they've learned a bunch of techniques, really get confused as to where to start. Okay, so let's say that we start here in this guard position, or a guard position. It could be anyone. There's a bunch of them. If we high five, fist bump, what's the first thing I should do? Well, the first thing to realize is that I am on my back even though he's in my guard, it's a neutral position because I control his hip movement here, but he has gravity on his side. And even anytime I'm on my back, I consider that me losing. Okay, so check it out. The first thing you need to do, if you're a beginner and you're just trying to roll, is get a grip. And you're not even going to necessarily know what grip. Eventually, you want to have a plan of action with everything you do. But for now, I just find a grip, anything I can hold. Because if I don't take control of him in some way, he's going to be in charge and he's going to be beating me. So my recommendation, and the grips I like the best, and it's going to tie into what we've already talked about a little bit, is to get a sleeve grip here and then a collar grip. Now, if you can imagine this was a street scenario or a self-defense scenario, especially here in Ohio, people wear jackets, they wear long sleeve shirts. You could be grabbing, bunching up a shirt here and grabbing the shirt and grabbing the collar of the shirt here. But we use the tool of this is called a gi. We use that as a tool. So I like to get sleeve control, collar control. And then I go right to that position that we already talked about earlier, that scissor position with our guard. This is where I like to be. And the reason is it's very hard for him to get good control over me from this spot. All right? And now for him to get me, just like if he was trying to punch me, if he wants to get a good grip on me, he's probably going to sit up. If he were to back up a little bit, I can come up with him and stick to him. I can also start to do other things like take the back. Okay? So this is my, if you're new to Jiu-Jitsu, just learning, just starting to train, this is what I recommend you start with. Let's come this way. That way our friends can see the other side. So I get the sleeve grip and the collar grip. Turn. Boom. Right here. Control. And I'm going to learn to control him from here. That's my first responsibility. Don't get beat up. He wants to get around my legs. I don't want him to do that, so I'm going to learn to control him. As he tries to do things and touch things, boom, yeah, here we go. Now I'm in a triangle choke. I can shift to an arm bar. All kinds of moves I can do from there. But it all comes from this first action of getting a grip. And of course we teach tons of moves off of tons of grips over the course of the years that you train. So, understanding and knowing what to do once you get there, once you get that first grip, isn't that hard. It's just sometimes hard to execute, right? Because he's going to know what he's doing, and his job's to try to beat you. So that's it. That's our first Jiu-Jitsu Minute here with Bill Jones, head instructor of Top Level Martial Arts. This is our assistant manager here, Ed Whitney, here helping out. Excellent guy to work with. Guys, if you like what you see on these videos, we're going to do them every single week, so just keep tuning in every week. Give us a thumbs up, maybe a little heart, and we will talk to you next week, guys. Also, if you have questions, do me a favor, post them. I want to know. I'll answer your questions, no problem. Black belt under Pedro Sauer. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a good one, guys.